On this adventure, I brought my buddy Derek to Hawn State Park. We reserved Backcountry Site 5 and mapped out a short hike to the spot. It turned out to be 2.2 miles in from the trailhead on the southern loop of the Whispering Pines Trail. We used White Connector 3 to cut the distance on the northern loop down. Hawn State Park is a beautiful park, and I recommend trying out the regular campsites even if you're not a backpacker. The park's mostly pine forest, and the pine needles covering the ground give it a very magical feel. Backcountry camping check-in. We've got Site 5 and everything else is vacant. We're gonna be the only ones. Look at this, right next to this beautiful stream. Love it. Derek getting some recording in. There we go. Two bridges in already. I love bridges. Look at this one. This one's a little bit more calm. Second bridge. There's the first bridge. All right, guys, what is up? I've got a familiar face back at the channel for Jason in the Woods here. Derek's out on another backpacking trip. We came out to Hawn State Park this time, and we've got a little bit of a shorter hike. A little less than 2.5 miles into the site, but we're gonna go hit Backcountry Site 5 and hopefully have a really nice, relaxing overnighter. I've got all my winter gear. Derek's all packed up with all his new winter gear, so we're very excited. It looks like it's gonna be around 30 to maybe even into the 20s on this trip, so we've got to stay nice and bundled up, but so far so good. We're just about a quarter mile into the trail here, and we've just hit this beautiful little overlook. Look at this. This is great. We're going to be along the water the whole time, so that'll be nice and fun. Yeah, we'll follow along. Let's have a good hike. Spot right there. Yeah, the trail's nice and wet, that's for sure. Stopped venting out. Derek shed his puffy. We're only about a mile in, but a decent little couple of uphills on the way, and we actually maybe around a mile because we went the wrong direction for maybe a little detour, a little extra sightseeing for maybe an eighth or so of a mile, probably, so it's doubling back an extra quarter mile. But yeah, loving it. We ran into this other couple and their dog, and it was actually them that got us to realize we were on the wrong path, because they said that they had gotten up to the river, and we weren't expecting any river crossings, and they were telling us this is a hardcore river crossing. So I'm like, you know what, let's check the map. And yeah, here we are. So we're on White Connector 3, which is going to take us basically from the start of the northern loop to kind of like the midpoint, southern point of the northern loop, and get us right over to the southern loop, which is where Backcountry Site 5 is. All right, hike on. Beautiful. All right, Site 5, here we go. We've made it to the site. It looks like we've got a water crossing to get into it, but look at this. Look at how absolutely beautiful this is. And we've got a waterfall right here. You've got a couple waterfalls upstream. Wow. Wow, look at that. Wow. Well, our feet are gonna get wet crossing over, but we've got plenty of warm stuff. Let's do this. All right, let's see how you do it. Stayed dry. Impressive. Easy peasy. All right, guys, we made it to Site 5. We're gonna put our packs down, get our hammocks all set up and everything, try and gather what dry wood we can find for our fire. This is a really nice site. Like, we got an established fire pit out here. We are literally surrounded by these streams. It's beautiful. Look at all these waterfalls all over the place. It's like the perfect natural white noise machine. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. There is so much nice open area, so we'll be able to camp or cook and eat and everything over there by the fire pit. And you've got a nice open area over here, just about 20 feet away, 30 feet away, that we'll be able to set up our hammocks in and not have anything blocking us. But I mean, wow, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Oh. All right, well, it's still about just over freezing, maybe 34-ish degrees. So now that we're not moving, I'm gonna go ahead and get some insulation on as well. And we're gonna get packed or get our camp set up, and then we'll probably just be hanging out for the day. We may go for a small little hike around, but we'll see. It's about 5:15. Sun's really starting to get pretty low, so it's gonna get dark here very soon. But I thought I'd take an opportunity to show you the camping setup here. So let me get it turned around. Here's my setup. I've got the Warbonnet Thunderfly pitched here with my One Wind continuous ridge line. Underneath is my Dutch Wear Gear 11-foot netless hammock. I've got my hammock gear 0 degree economy burrow underneath with the One Wind undercoat protector underneath that. Inside I have a Sierra Madre 20 degree puffle and a couple inflatable pillows. All right, and then on the other side, Derek's got his One Wind 11-foot hammock. He's got the bug net unzipped as well. He's rocking the undercoat protector from One Wind as well. And he's got his 20 degree set of quilts from Hang Tight Shop. And so far, those quilts are looking like they're awesome. I might end up getting myself a set. They're at a really great price point. And then he's got the hammock gear Quest tarp over the top of this. This hex tarp is awesome. It's got great coverage, but it's super lightweight. And yeah, everything's looking really nice. We just got the fire raging over here, so it's finally going. It's been a struggle finding anything dry enough to burn, but we're getting it done. He and I are gonna make up some dinner here, and I don't know how late we're gonna end up staying up, but I'm actually really excited to just get cuddled up into my hammock and fall asleep with the sound of this water running by. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this campsite. Very, very lucky.
Good morning. I slept so well. It's hovering right at freezing, but obviously I've got all kinds of insulation on. And yeah, stayed very warm all night. The hammock is so comfortable. I'm gonna get up and check in on Derek, and we're gonna make some breakfast and get packed up and head back over to the truck. So let's do it. Before I get up out of the hammock, you should really see how awesome of a sight this is just from right here. There's Derek. But look, really, just to my right here is this beautiful little babbling brook. And then there's another little stream over on this other side. And they come in and come together head on down at the end of the site. So what great white noise. Yeah, just the running water all night.
shake it out, kind of like shake it down. I think the move is to take the exact same amount back instead of trying to like, all right, we're all packed up. We have policed the site. There's definitely no trash and even less trash than there was before. So feel good about that. Make sure to always leave no trace. We're gonna head on back to the truck. Nice little short, just over 2 mile hike back. So should be back in no time. Let's do it. Waterfalls, nature. This was a beautiful, beautiful sight. Here we go. Oh man. We just finished a couple hundred feet of incline over the course of a few hundred feet of trail. Very, very steep. I'm burning right now. How you feeling, Derek?
I'm actually feeling pretty good.
My energy's still up pretty well, but I'm gonna have to stretch after that one. I think we're close to halfway back now, probably.
Got about a mile left.
So
Maybe a little more.
not too bad. That's the biggest incline we've had to knock out, but the views up here are just gorgeous. So figured I'd stop and chat. But we're gonna keep on keeping on. Let's do it. I gotta say, with a 30-pound pack, this Osprey is carrying just so light. It is awesome.
So glad we filtered the rest of that water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close.
Yeah.
I just heard a truck engine breaking, so we're getting to society now.
Getting back to society.
We can follow color-coded signs.
If everything else fails. We're just about wrapped up. We're back to this beautiful overlook over here, and it's so nice with the sun out to see this again and a fresh view. But I think it's maybe an eighth of a mile back to the trailhead. We can actually see the parking lot over here, but it just winds around a little bit. A couple bridges to cross. But it has been just a beautiful, beautiful trip. Absolutely needed and refreshing. Let's finish her up. We've made it back to the trailhead, back to the truck, And we're gonna take these packs off. It's a nice short drive home. It's only about, I don't know, hour 15 or so, I think, back to my place. So, of course, Derek's got another drive after that back to his place. Feeling good, feeling refreshed, honestly. What a beautiful morning hike that was. That was such a good morning hike. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming along as always. I appreciate you watching, and have a good hike.